let's introduce ourselves to two very important Java interfaces. And they are important because they are related to all of the collections of items. So anytime we have a data structure that has items that we want to be able to visit or we want to be able to remove, then these interfaces are very useful. The first interface, again, these are standard Java interfaces. We don't have to implement them. The first interface is called Iterator. It is an interface that if a class implements it, it needs to provide a method hasNext and a method next. It can also provide a method remove, but that is not necessary. That is optional. So we will leave remove on the side. Now, these two methods, if you have watched the Fibonacci example, are exactly the methods that we implemented for the Fibonacci sequence. There is one more interface, and that is the interface iterable. And what is that? It just says that if a class is implementing the iterable interface, then it needs to provide an iterator. In other words, it needs to provide an object that will allow us to find whether there is a next object and what that next object is. We will work more with these two interfaces, and actually we will go back to the Fibonacci generator example and modify the implementation using those two interfaces. But before that, I would like to point out something about the for each loop that we have already seen. The for each loop is possible because of the iterable interface. What does that mean? Whenever we're writing a statement like the one you see on your screen, for this particular element that belongs to this list, then the list object must belong to a class that implements the iterable interface. Otherwise, we cannot write this for each loop. We need to have a method that will be able to return an iterator over the elements of the collection of the list.